Hi. So I've wanted to do a thing where I go through and I rate and review old sketchbooks. I didn't want to start out at the very beginning because that would take forever and just be a roasting session. So I wanted to start where the art looks okay. Hold on, let me pull up the live chat real quick, just in case. I don't know, this is just me trying to record something. I don't really care if anyone watches or not. This is more so for me. Just in case. Shut up. And okay. So, yeah. There's nothing I really have to say other than that. So because I'm starting out at a certain point, I want to start out where where I still kind of like the art. Which, yeah, that's good. I'm so bad at talking and improv and things like that. Anyway, this is the sketchbook I will be reviewing. It's from 2020. Like, I'm pretty sure it's early to mid 2020, and then throughout most of freshman year. Wait. Yeah, most of freshman year. But it was mainly like, I want to say until March of freshman year. So, let's begin. First and foremost, I do want to say the obsessions and hyperfixations that I did have while I was doing this were my OCs at the time. Role-playing on Madoka Magica Twitter and Inquisitor Master. And, like, this is, like, the very beginning of my Inquisitor Master phase, which lasted too long for its own good. So, I keep forgetting. And I doodled on the back. This is the only one that has doodles on the back, but it's mainly just an old OC, Raven, Umbri, myself, and random doodles there. I will have to explain some OC lore and backgrounds and stuff like that, but it's fine. Speaking of which, so the first page is a sketch of Raven, and I think the character's name was Ambi. The whole thing with the story with Raven's backstory is that she was a war veteran and they left her there with her dying friend. And that's what that was drawing. And the next two pages are more on her backstory, but they make no goddamn sense. So, there's this one. They make no sense to anyone else but me. They make perfect sense to me. Well, no, they don't. It makes sense enough to me to where, because I was in my brain at the time. I remember my thought process. It was basically me just going through and thinking out stuff about the backstory and doodling it down in a nonsensical fashion. I should also mention, yeah, so this sketchbook, I used to skip pages. I still skip pages sometimes. But I used to skip the page over here on the left page. I used to skip that page. And when I got to the end of this sketchbook on the right page, I was like, I don't have any other sketchbooks to draw in. So I went back and drew on the empty pages. So I'm pretty sure this is like one of the only sketchbooks that have drawings on every page. Not every page has a complete drawing. A lot of them are just sketches that I never finished. But that does mean that these are mostly out of order. So you can't really see my linear progression very well. So with that out of the way, this is one of the examples of that, and there will be many more. This was done at the very early parts of the sketchbook, and it's of my OC Carlise. And then on the other side are expression practice that I did later on. With Carlise, Timber, I think that's still Carlise, Ombre, Timber again, and Mittens. I'm horrible at naming OCs. I still am. And it's just a bunch of expression practice. The only one I still use here on this page is Timber, and that's a kind of maybe. I won't be showing the pages that have a teeny tiny doodle on them with like barely anything else, and I will probably not be showing many of the uncompleted sketches that I never finished. Yep, that's what I'm completing. That's a good job. Anyway, this is more of like Raven's backstory and thinking of things of that. And on this one, it's just a little doodle here. And going this far and seeing my art now, I have improved so much with anatomy. Like, it's crazy. This page. Okay, I remember it very specifically. It was an ungodly hour at night, right? And I just got the sudden urge to get up, walk to my desk, and draw this. I drew it in a frenzy, and I put it down, went back to my bed, and then fell asleep immediately, and I woke up to a jump scare to this. Yeah. On the other page, it's an old, it was a sketch that I did later on when I was first watching Symphogear, and I drew Hibiki and Miku from it, because they are gay. We'll get around to Maria and Tsubasa drawing soon, but I do want to say I have gotten kind of better at drawing feet. One thing that I can notice immediately is the way I draw heads and the way I draw legs has improved vastly. Same with hands, but it's not as noticeable since hands is always a thing that I practiced maybe a little too much, so I'm slay at them now. This page was a redraw of old art of mine. The old art I don't want to bother to find, but it was made like 5th grade, early 6th grade, and it was edgy, it was cringe, but I redrew it anyway. Yeah, you could see the improvements of anatomy on this one. You'll see it throughout going through all these sketchbooks if you bother to watch all of them, which I doubt. But this one was a drawing of two characters from a roleplay that I did with a friend of mine at the time in a Roblox game. I tried to draw Luna, the one that I played, on the back, but it did not, I gave up. And I could see my anatomy, like how I've changed on drawing it. One of these days I want to go back and look back at the different ways I used to draw my body structure, and I want to recreate it, and I want to keep going and going until I get to how I draw bodies now. And I want to do that on stream. I think that'd be a very fun thing to do. I know I've moved away from art content a little bit, but I do it a little too much. It's most likely why I haven't been uploading very much, because I've just been drawing instead. Anyway. This is a doodle of, I used to be like really into Kaneko Kitten. Well, not really into it, I just watched his videos a lot. And I remember seeing some comment on, what if gender bent Kaneko Kitten? And I was like, I'm gonna draw that. And so I did. I don't know any good way to say this, but I used to draw sexualized bodies more back then, in like 2020, and that's really bizarre because back in like early 2020, I identified as aro. Like, I was questioning if I was a lesbian, but I'm like, nah. Here I am now. And I've made it my brand. And then this one was something I drew later on of a magical girl OC that I have. I don't use her anymore, so I don't know. And she was a part of these cursed magical girls. And her name is, Carlise. Nope. Clarice. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at names. She was basically a magical girl that had super fast healing powers, and was like, I could do something cursed with that. And so she just started using, her organs as weapons. Oh my god. Okay. This specific drawing of Mittens I drew while listening to Connect from the Madoka Magica soundtrack. And it's kind of cute, honestly. It's a really cute pose. I don't really know how to describe the anatomy and how I've improved compared to this one. It's just little things, very little things. I'm sure if I were to draw Mittens or Umbri or anyone from that entire thing again, it would look not completely different, but kind of different. One of the OCs that I had for, I called it Umbri in the Gang. I didn't really have a name for it. I made one on Wattpad, but the name was so stupid that I'm not using it. This one, I was getting really into Animal Crossing at the time, and I was watching this guy, I think his name is Dan the Man, and he was playing City Folk, and named his town the Hood and stuff like that. He had a me character based on his plant called Carlos, and I drew it with the Stonks shirt. And I drew him as an anime girl, Carlos Chan. I'm gonna go back and beat up my younger self, because I knew it was cringe, but I was free. I tore out a page here. I don't remember why. Oh wait. Oh, that's fine. Never mind. It's nothing important. It was just I drew a design for Umbri, and then I was like, I'm gonna keep that and I'm gonna hang it up. So I tore it out. Anyway, Tom Nook. Yippee! I was getting really into Animal Crossing. I didn't draw it much, but, you know. And then on the back is more, not more, I haven't, anyway, roleplay Twitter stuff with one of the cursed magical girls that I was from the group. I called it the Freak Show. That's what the magical girl group is called, the Freak Show. I'm not showing this one. Not because it's bad, it's just stupid. This one, I had an Ask or Dare the Magias, Wings of Magias book on Wattpad, and if you remember my Magic Record phase. I still adore Magic Record, so I wouldn't call it a phase. Anyway, there was this character in the Wings of Magia's Kuro, and someone asked me to draw her as another anime character, and I forgot the name of that anime, but yeah. And, hi, I just noticed, sorry. I've been rambling on. Hi, welcome to this stream, if you talk in chat. This was another magical girl, let's see, not one I roleplayed, but she was still, I drew her twice, maybe, and was like, and then I never used her again. It was mainly just a magical girl design. I have an entire sketchbook full of magical girl designs that I'm not gonna look through right now. One day we'll go off like a spin-off series of like little sketchbooks that I used in like notebooks. Another time. So she was supposed to be this nurse magical girl who, instead of healing, poisoned instead, and I drew like a little comic of it. It makes no sense at all. Anyway, I've gotten really good at it. I've gotten better at expressions too, compared to whatever that is. An Umbri drawing, no way! So, Umbri was a demon. And she had to stay in a physical form, 8 souls. So I was drawing concept art of that. I really need to redraw Umbri again. I don't use her anymore, but she was like funky. And then like concept doodles that make no goddamn sense in regards to eating souls. That's event art. A mutual of Twitter on my, nope. A mutual I have on Twitter asked me to draw a character from Black Clover. I don't know her name. I think it's Black Clover. And yeah, that's that. And then this is a really, really, really shitty perspective. And I'm so sorry to butcher the queen of lesbians like that. I named a store Jared 19. I called it the books. I'm so not funny. I'm not funny. I'm not funny. Here we are. We've made it to the Inquisitor Master phase. Okay, to give some background on it, I don't think I've ever explained how I got into Inquisitor Master on YouTube. Because if you were here for my ginormous Inquisitor Master phase, but I got into it because I was playing Royal High and someone was like, let's act out the Can You Keep a Secret Inquisitor Master series. I'm like, that's stupid. And I was reminded about Inquisitor Master. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch that stupid little baby series. And it was, I think it was an ungodly hour in the morning. I think it was 2 a.m. And I thought it'd be funny to go through and watch it all. So I did. And I got hooked. Way too hooked. And I started drawing it. And then it sparked a 2-year-long obsession with a kid's Roblox YouTube channel. I'm so mad at myself for that too, because Inquisitor Master has some of my best writing yet for fanfiction or just anything in general, and I spent it on Inquisitor Master. I don't think there's anything wrong with liking kids' media, but it's only wrong if I do it. Anyway, I drew Alex from that series, and in that series she's like a maid but doesn't want anyone to know. That's her big secret. That's the can you keep a secret. When the secret can keep. Anyway. So I drew this, and then I drew a scene from Can You Keep a Secret, if I can recall it correctly. It was when Alex walked out of class, and then a bunch of girls were like, "Stay away from Zach," and Zach just came up behind her. Wait, no. Oh, what happened was the girls were like, "Are you dating Zach? 'Cause he's mine." And then Alex was like, "No, I'm not." And then the girls kept like pushing her just to confess that she was dating Zach. And then Zach came up behind her and was like, "Yeah, I'm dating her." And then the girls screamed and ran away. That's what I was portraying here. And I also want to say, I don't like Zach anymore. Just in case I don't like Zach anymore. I should rewatch Can You Keep a Secret sometime. Maybe on stream, maybe not, probably not. But it was ass. I don't know why I liked it so much. It was ass. And then there's more of that. It was me saying Zach is a simp. Because the whole thing with him is that he didn't like anybody, but then, and all the girls flocked towards him except for Alex. And he was like, "I'm going to make her fall for me." And that was his big secret. His big secret is the fact that at first he wanted to go and make Alex fall in love with him so he could break her heart. And then he ended up actually falling in love with her. And so he did all this romantic stuff for Alex, and Alex was like, "Nuh-uh." And it was bad. It was so bad. Anyway, this is Zach. And then this is another character. I was saying, like, Zach is a simp, because I started watching, like, the actual channel instead of just the role plays, and I got more hooked on that. And then I was like, wait, no, Light is a simp. And then I was like, what does Light look like? Because I didn't have a reference. So I just did that little guy. And Light was a character in Can You Keep a Secret who got bitches, but never committed. And then this one was also kind of Inquisitor Master related. The thing about it was that I was watching an Inquisitor Master video, and they're like, the thickest ghost of them all, because at the time they were like on about being thick or something. And I was like, I'm gonna draw the thickest ghost of them all. And I drew this. See what I mean by my drawings back then were more sexualized than they should have been? And I was so proud of it that I posted a link to the image on the YouTube channel, so that's fun. And how much of this is Can You Keep a Secret stuff? A lot of stuff. Okay, here we go. I'll have to explain a lot since I doubt a lot of you are still here from my Inquisitor Master phase, despite how recent I have. It's been a year. It's been a fucking year. Okay. So this was a doodle trying to make a comic of the of a scene from Can You Keep a Secret. I don't remember quite which one. I think it's the one where Zach basically I was writing something, but Zach was I don't know. I forgot the scene. I haven't rewatched Can You Keep a Secret? One sec, I'll be AFK. Okay. I haven't rewatched Can You Keep a Secret in like 2 years. I want to do it again, but I'm scared of getting hooked again. And that's the same thing. I want to go back and I want to rewatch like AFMAO videos because I was stupid into that. But I'm scared I'm gonna get hooked again. Because the autism in my brain is like, that one! And I really like Amori and I don't want to stop hyperfixating on it. Anyway, this is a character from Can You Keep a Secret, Angelica. She was a queen. She was literally one of the only good characters ever. I love her, and I will defend her with my life. Anyway. Ooh, okay. I had a friend from Wattpad, and, they made a contest to draw something based off of a song, but it was like a really religious song, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? I didn't like the song, but apparently they saw it as something to do with angst. Nobody knew what to do with it. So I just like, religion, Holy Elena, and I drew Holy Elena from Magic Record, and it's got a thing that says, only an artist can destroy another artist's work, and you're just an idiota. And Elena used a lot of Italian in yeah, she just spoke Italian sometimes. She was artiste or some shit. Welcome back. And then this one is The Messenger, who was a Can You Keep a Secret character, who... I need more background on this. So there was this stalker called the Stalker. I think his name was F. And I don't even remember why it was called F, but he had this like little messenger go around and steal info or some shit. And I drew her because she had a funny design. And I was legitimately so fucking proud of this. Okay. This is an example of another one where I skipped a page and then went back to it later. Why did I do that? Anyway, I drew Alex. I remember the specific scene I was trying to replicate. I think it was like where Zach was pretending to give Alex flowers, and Alex was like, "You would really date me?" And then Zach was like, "JK." Anyway, and then this one is just Maria Condensavia Eve from Symphogear. I drew this on the verge of a panic attack, and it calmed me down enough, and it was a fun draw, but it's kind of ass now. I don't know. Oh, speaking of that scene, it's right here. And it's just like him being like, oh, maybe one day I'll give you I don't remember, dude. I just remember the scene in my head. And what he did was like, date me, and gave her was pretending to give her flowers, and then Alex was like, really? And Zach was like, dropped the flowers. Nah. And Ashley's like one of Alex's friends. It was like, ouch! And then Alex got so pissed, and then Zach was like, maybe one day I'll date you. And then the friends were like, ooh, she's blushing, ooh. And then Alex was like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, speaking of Ashley, I drew her too. She's goofy. A lot of this is just me rambling. That's okay. I'm not showing that one. Ooh! So this is when I started posting on Instagram again. I don't really post on Instagram anymore. I want to, but a lot of the things I'm drawing nowadays are spoiler related to an Amori mod that I'm working on. Your drawings are amazing. Meh, you're always... Thank you. This is old art, actually. This is from like 3 years ago. But thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And so I was just doodling little comics of my characters for Instagram. Never posted it, but I wanted to. And this is like me saying, "You ever get the case of the Mondays every day?" And I just copied a meme. And Umbri was like, "I think that's called depression." And then just fucking zoinks. I thought it was so funny. And then there's another one of me singing Sukikirai. I don't even think I was listening to Sukikirai when I was drawing that. I think I was listening to Connect. But I was too embarrassed to admit it. Oh, this is ass. Okay. First of all, drawing of like the blonde squad. That's what the girls were called. Alex, Ashley, and Angelica in Can You Keep a Secret. They were called the Blonde Squad. Because they were all blonde. Isn't that funny? Funny? Anyway. And this is like a drawing I did earlier, later on, I think. And it's of my OC Silabella. She's like a ghost playing the violin. And then I think that's Timber down there. Pretty sure that's Timber. I don't have any other OCs that are that feral. Oh my god! Okay, it's Maria and Tsubasa from Symphogear. They're gay! And then, this one I drew while teaching my cousins how to draw. I was like, "Do you guys want to do space buns or ponytails? Or pigtails?" And they're like, "I don't know." So I'm like, "What about both?" And then I did. I was very inspired by the tsundere personality of Alex. And Can You Keep a Secret? It was taking over my life. It was taking over my life. And, oh my, I haven't talked to them in a while. So I had this really good friend on Wattpad called Silly Petals, and they had these magical girl OCs, and I loved them so much. One was steampunk, and then the other one was galaxy, and I drew them. I haven't talked to them in so long. I really need to reach out to them because they were awesome. And then there's just more Silabella drawings because I got really into the song Heather. And I'm like, wouldn't it be silly? Because the whole thing with Silabella is that she was in love with Cream, another OC, but thought Cream loved Mittens. You'll see more of that later. And then one of my cousins was like, "How do you draw furries?" And so I drew a furry, and then I'm like, I don't like that. And so I drew an e-girl bat instead for a furry. That's fun. That was fun. God, I drew boobs way too big back then. Like, in proportion to the waist and the hips, I drew them way too big. These two sketches were of Umbri and Carlise. I had storyboards for the e-girl meme when that was still going around, that animation meme. And, I lost it, and I was really upset about it, and so I tried to redraw it here. But it wasn't working, so I gave up. Oh, this is, I'm pretty sure, the last Animal Crossing drawing in here. But it's of myself, Nan, Fang, and Sylvia, my best friends in Animal Crossing New Leaf. I love Sylvia so much. I have like a custom-made plushie over there of her. And then on the other side is Timber. Slay. Anyway. Oh. I wish Ender were here so I could show them this. But I drew Bunny from Piggy and also Zizzy from Piggy. Because I liked them a lot. It's so funny too because my ace arrow ass was like, Bunny is my girlfriend, Zizzy is my ex, and I got so sad when Bunny died, and then I was like, that fucking bitch when Zizzy came upon the thing, and I was like, that's my ex. And it was just the whole thing. It was funny. More Inquisitor Master. So I was going back and watching her old roleplay series. And one of them was like the villain series, but I really did not like how the character was characterized, so I was like, I characterized it on my own. And I think this is just me thinking gay thoughts. I think that's like the case for a lot of this. Just the repressed gay thoughts spilling out on the page. And then on this one is Homucifer. I redrew it somewhere else, but I was too lazy to. Yeah, I drew right here. Yeah, I don't really want to show this one. Yeah. Okay. Just Homucifer. At the time that I drew this, she was like in a coma. That's fun. Everyone enjoys being in a coma. Oh, more of the OCs. I miss them sometimes. I really miss them. I miss having OCs that I loved this much, but because I had these OCs like Carly's, Umbry, Raven, Mittens, and Cream for 5 years at that point. But their story just got way too big and complex and stupid, and I didn't want to go back and rewrite it all, so I just dropped them. I was tired of trying to make it work, and gave up. Anyway, this one is, Lifeboat. I got really into Heather's, and I just, onto Cream. Cream the Fox. Because the whole thing about her is that she was, being abused. I don't really want to get into it. It was a shitty storyline, but that I handled poorly. And, yeah. And then on this one is like a little comic of Umbry and Raven. I remember it very vividly. I made Umbry and Raven, and they were just supposed to be best friends. And like, what if I shipped them? It's not canon, but what if I shipped them? And so I did. And it wasn't canon until I wrote a glitchy masterpiece. No one remembers my Wattpad. My old Wattpad in Undertale. I severely doubt any of you are from my Undertale phase. So, yeah. When a glitchy masterpiece happened, I wrote the ship in there, and then it became canon. In this, Raven is confessing that she loves Umbry. And the art in this is really cute. And Umbry's like, but I'm a demon. Why would you love a demon? And then Raven's like, and then they kiss. This one's gonna take a lot of explaining, so I won't show it because it's not that great. This one, I had these two worm on a strings, and I humanized them and then made them date. I don't even remember their names, but one was like this popular girl, and the other one is this like bubbly girl, and it was literally Maruhomu. It was Maruka and Homura all over again, except for without the trauma. This was me. These, I'm pretty sure back here too. Nope. There's mittens and cheerleader uniform because I was drawing my OCs in like different outfits, and then me in pajamas. That's vent art. And then mittens. I'm just going through. This is like, not reviewing my old sketchbook. This is just showing off my old sketchbooks and talking about it. That vent art's like really neat looking, but I'm not showing it because it's vent art. I was really sad in freshman year. This is like very early freshman year at this point, and I was so sad. I was not doing great. Anyway, this was another OC from the whole Umbrian gang story. And Nama, that was her name. And she was like Carlise's assistant. I need to explain Carlise. She was like this evil angel, this fallen angel. It was a funny, what if the angels were bad and the demons were good? But Umbri wasn't actually that great of a person. Oh, okay, so I got us, Glasses Homura, Momura, as I called her. I just wanted to draw her as a goddess, so I did. And then this is just epic fight scene between Ultimate Carlise and Ultimate Umbri. I tore out Ultimate Carlise and put it somewhere too, I think. This is more vent art. Kind of. Yeah, I'd call that vent art. And then this was just Carlise persuading Anama into being her servant. That's fun. I drew Umbri and Raven. Umbri trying to fly again, and Raven, who has wings, is just like, it's okay, you can do it, babe. It's so cute. I miss them. They had such a dynamic. And then on this side, it's just more of the Cursed Magical Girls, like shit posts from that. I'm probably not gonna go on a tangent about everything. Yeah, no, I'm gonna skip that one too. Oh boy, okay, so my first Inquisitor Master fanfiction, Enchanted Captivation, found the concept sketches for it. This was the concept sketch for Alex. Why is it like my concept sketches are always so slay? No, my trans flag. Gotta let everyone know that I'm not trans myself. Well, unless you count non-binary. You can't even see it. You can't see the slay things I did to my backdrop. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, that was the concept sketch for Enchanted Captivation Alex. The whole thing with that, if you don't know, was Alex, Jade, and Charlie were witches. And because they were so beautiful, the kingdom mistook them for people who were captured by the witches when they found out. So they took them into the castle and they became servants, but they still wanted to practice witchcraft. It was actually a really neat story. I could literally, it was so detached from Inquisitor Master that I quite literally could go in, replace the names, and it'd be an original story. Anyway, Zach, Prince Zach. And then Devil Homura is Hatsune Miku. God, this is taking a while. This is gonna take forever to get through. Because I still have all this. Oh well. This was more art of the Cursed Magical Girls and a buff snail for some reason. And then concept art for Enchanted Captivation Jade. She was funny. Nah. Where am I? Might cut it off a little bit. This series is gonna take longer than I thought. Anyway. This was, sketches of, Homucifer, Devil Homura, in, like, different hairstyles and shit like that. And then this was, Enchanted Captivation Alex with her familiar no, not Miwo, Misa. When do I cut this off? Do I cut it off? Oh. Yeah, I'll cut it off somewhere around there. Anyway, now we're getting into, like, I was getting really into, ebook Twitter. I call it ebook Twitter by default. Madoka Magica Roleplay Twitter. This was Homucifer in a fall outfit, and this is because she asked Sayaka ebooks. Skaraka. I'll call her Skaraka because it was like an AU of Sayaka. She asked them out on a date, and then they were like, because that Sayaka had like W Riz. Had like 20 girlfriends. It was so funny. So, yeah. That was gonna be the date outfit. And then, sketches from ebook Twitter that I don't want to bother explaining. Drake and E-Girl Zach. Like, this is Prince Drake from Enchanted Captivation. And E-Girl Zach is unrelated. Okay, so this was me experimenting with different body types. It's ass, and I gave up. This is more Carly's, but it looks like ass as well. This was like bodies and things like that, and also I tried to make animatic up here, but I was like, I draw mommy really funny, so I drew her again, and I was like, that's funny. And then Umbri human form. I'm zooming past this because I want to stop soon. This is when I first started school. Alright. Yeah, this is like very first freshman year. Mittens, human form. Carly's human form. And think that's Timber. And then Mittens. Mittens was depressed. Mittens was severely depressed. I made all of them, except for like maybe Umbry Suffer. This is me showing off how I drew the Madoka Magica girls' hairstyles and like little notes about all of them. And Human Cream. I get ass names. I'm so sorry. This was a really cute drawing of Mittens riding a dolphin while I was listening to what's it called? Deep Sea Girl. I digitalized it, but it was ass, so I don't even know where it is. This sketch is of Homusufer kissing Minu. And it was not because she liked Minu, it was because she hated Minu, and Minu is like a flirt. So she was like, I'm gonna kiss you. And did. And was like, weird how I could kiss someone without hesitate. Weird how I can kiss someone I despise without hesitation, but when it comes to someone I actually like, I can't. That was the whole thing with Homusufer. They really, really, really liked Sayaka. This is me, my persona at the time, looking back at my very first design of my persona and just making fun of it, as if this whole design wasn't just basic. And then more Enchanted Captivation. And it's Charlie teasing Alex, and I remember the specific wording that was there at first was, you like Prince Zack, don't you, Alex? But I was looking through this with some friends who were also into Inquisitor Master, and this was like after the Zack drama, and so I erased it and wrote "you're sus" instead. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. So, to anyone and everyone who tuned in to watch me ramble a little bit about old stuff, thanks. I'm, like, not really the best when it comes to talking and rambling and things like that, but this was fun. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, shit like that. Now,